Mr. Anderson might have started apprehensively. He blinked and took another look, but still saw what he thought he had seen. His visitor was wearing a policeman's uniform, complete with cap, belt, and pistol. The face beneath the cap was one of singular beauty, lean, keen, and finely chiselled, with eyes, slightly bloodshot at the moment, which over a period of years had shaken more women to their foundations than any pair of eyes since those of the late Valentino. For this was Mervyn Potter, the world-famous star of the silver screen, beloved by all except J.G. Anderson. Deserting Hollywood, it being his intention to appear shortly in a play on Broadway, he had been a guest at the Lakeside Inn for the past 2 weeks, though to Mr. Anderson it seemed longer. It was the latter's considered opinion that of all the crazy, irresponsible pests ever sent by an inscrutable providence to bleach the hair of a respectable hotel proprietor, this finely chiselled mummer was the worst. A female Mervyn Potter fan, seeing her idol face to face like this, would probably have blown bubbles at the mouth and collapsed in a swoon. At the least, she would have gazed at him with ecstasy. From Mr. Anderson's gaze, ecstasy was conspicuously absent. His manner was bleak, bordering on the austere. We have mentioned that his night had been disturbed. What had disturbed it had been the entry into his bedroom at about 3 a.m. of this Mervyn Potter and Cyril Fotheringay-Phipps, the desk clerk. They had come, they said, to present him with a slight testimonial of their esteem, whereupon, after a few graceful words from Mr. Potter, who seemed to have constituted himself master of the ceremonies, Cyril Fotheringay-Phipps had pressed into Mr. Anderson's hand a large, slimy, wriggling frog. They had then withdrawn, laughing heartily, like a couple of intoxicated ambassadors who have delivered their credentials to a reigning monarch and are off to get a few more quick ones before the bars close. It is a very lenient employer of labour who can view with equanimity conduct of this description in a minor member of his staff. Cyril Fotheringay-Phipps was an excellent desk clerk, polite and painstaking and with a good desk-side manner, but a blameless record over the space of 2 years was not enough to save him from the lightning of Mr. Anderson's wrath after goings-on like last night's goings-on. Legal red tape prevented Mr. Anderson doing what he would have liked to do, viz. Skin Cyril Fotheringay-Phipps with a rusty knife and dip him in boiling oil, but within his limitations he proposed to deal faithfully with him. Their relationship of hotel proprietor and guest made it impossible for him to do the same in the case of Mervyn Potter. But he could give him a nasty look, and he did so. It was a look that seemed to bring into the office an Edgar Allan Poe-like atmosphere of wailing winds and family curses. "Good morning," he said, stiffly. "Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning," said Mervyn Potter, taking a chair and one of Mr. Anderson's cigarettes and placing in his buttonhole a rose from the vase of Mr. Anderson's desk. If there was a sunnier man than this refugee from Hollywood within a radius of 50 miles of the Lakeside Inn, it would have required a long search to find him. "What a beautiful world it is it not? One of the nicest I ever came across. But you are wondering why I am here, no doubt, though delighted, of course, to see me. Well, when we were chatting on the telephone just now, and what a wonderful invention that is, the telephone. Good brains there, I always say, when they bring up the subject of Alexander Graham Bell. I suddenly remembered that there was something I wanted to tell you. Not that it was a beautiful world. Something else. Some little secret that I wanted to share with you. So up I came, going hoppity-hoppity-hop." A disturbing thought struck Mr. Anderson. "You haven't been sitting at the desk dressed like that." "I have indeed," said the human sunbeam, blowing a jovial smoke ring, "and I was a sensational success. It was pretty to see my public's enthusiasm. I got writer's cramp signing autographs. This costume is part and parcel of my story. Anderson, my poor old deadbeat, you have had a bereavement. I burned my bungalow down last night." The stony expression on Mr. Anderson's face became intensified. He might have been something Gutzon Borglum had carved on the side of a mountain. As so often when in Mervyn Potter's society, he was trying to think who it was that he reminded himself of. Then he got it. Job. Job after he had lost his camels and acquired all those boils. Not that Job's sorrows could be compared with those of a man forced to associate with Mervyn Potter. "So I am informed," he said curtly. "Ah, they don't keep things from you? They come running to the boss with their little troubles, do they? Capital, capital. I like this."